Hey everyone. So I wanted to cover really quick what the difference between a financial coach or a wealth coach and a financial advisor is. All right. So just here's three things that I'm going to cover that are difference between them. One is the type of training they receive. Two is the compensation structure, how they're paid, and the type of advice that they can give. All right. So first and foremost, the type of training that you receive to become a financial coach versus a financial advisor is very different. A financial advisor goes through a formal training process in the form of education. You get a degree and you sit for a test, and then you are allowed to sell financial services, investment products, basically. A financial coach has a more informal education structure. This can stem from self-education, reading books, going to seminars, and paying for courses that are not university-based. So both have very different backgrounds when it comes to investment strategies and money. So which is better? Which is worse? Here's a little known fact. About 8% of financial advisors actually beat the market. So that's pretty interesting because most of the time when you are paying fees to financial advisors, you are doing so in the hopes of them being able to outperform the market over time, consistently over time, right? And the value in having them is their ability to do that for you. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, okay, so the type of education does not necessarily equate to results. Now, on the flip side of that, I want to read something that I found that a financial advisor wrote, okay? On a personal note, I have been managing money for 30 years and have seen the information age born. I have been through 3 stock market crashes and 2 wars. Unless you've experienced this, you really do not know how to manage money. You must understand how to protect your principal, yet take advantage of opportunities. Now, that is extremely meaningful to me because a very good financial advisor is worth their money tenfold. And there are good financial advisors out there. It comes down to how you find them. And I would say the same thing is true of a financial coach or a wealth coach. It comes down to vetting them and understanding how much experience they have, testing how much knowledge they have, because and interviewing if you need to see what areas they specialize in. Some financial coaches are not as knowledgeable as others. Some financial advisors cannot perform anywhere near as well as others and produce the results that they are supposed to do. So I would say both are necessary members of a good financial team, but how you go about selecting them is what will be the difference between having them as an asset to your team or perhaps you not being able to execute your plan as well. All right. So the second difference between a financial advisor or a financial coach is this. A financial coach is compensated based on a fee structure. You pay a flat fee, and then that coach will work with you on the goals that you guys have arranged. A financial advisor is compensated in 2 different ways. One is they get a percentage of funds under management, meaning that regardless of whether they make money or not, they still get paid a percentage of that amount. The other type is a fiduciary. That is similar to the fee structure that you get from a coach, except that they can receive kickbacks from some of the financial vehicles they recommend to you. And that doesn't necessarily have to be disclosed to you. So it just brings into question sometimes where their motivation is coming from. And hot tip, quick tip, I would always ask my financial advisor how they are compensated, because that's an important factor when I decide whether or not to work with a financial advisor. Which brings me to difference number 3, which is the type of advice they give. And the reason why I want to really harp on the type of advice is because I think you need both people in your long-term wealth building plan. So a financial advisor can give you more direct advice when it comes to investing in the stock market. Those types of securities, they can review your financial profile and then actually physically manage your money for you by putting it in the types of investments that you guys agree are within your risk profile. A financial coach does not cross the line where they would give any specific advice about a particular investment. A financial coach is someone who helps you understand what the financial advisor is trying to sell you. Also, to understand how the financial advisor's plan fits into your total wealth building strategy. And this is the difference. A financial coach can also give you information regarding your business, how you can save taxes on your business, estate planning with your business, and how that can affect your long-term wealth building plan. They can also give you advice about real estate, which me personally, the majority of my wealth is in real estate, and that is where I really thrive. I love the real estate investment model. So they don't really have a whole lot to offer that aspect of investing. So I believe they are absolutely necessary. The gentleman's script that I had written there shows that it's not all about how much money you make. It's about how much you protect and keep. And keep at the end of the day, like long term, over generations even. So in my opinion, you need both. And it really comes down to you being very particular about who you decide to work with. There's a good interview process you should do to vet them and make sure you feel comfortable with them. Do you understand what they are trying to help you do, or do you feel like they're trying to sell you something, right? And that's a big indicator of whether or not you should choose to work with them, because I would not work so hard for my money to work with someone who doesn't have the competence to handle my money well. So, hope that helps you guys understand the difference.